Daysville, we're continuing our KaiserOst series. A series in which Germany went east and then west. And they succeeded in World War One, with South Africa deciding to go to war. Why would they do this? Because, well, since they left Britain, well, they were running out of resources. And, well, they decide their best way to get their resources back for some reason is going against the British Empire. And what their plan is to quickly take out the colonies next to them before any help can arrive. So the war will be over if their plans succeed. With some British forces arriving earlier than others, and some later. And well, probably 10,000. It's going to be hard for them here just because this is all landlocked. But within probably a week, they start taking out some of the more southern British colonies, so Lesotho. And yeah, within a few days, so not much supplies is getting here. Although they're starting to make more advances into the British colonies. And well, Britain would have to get Portugal's permission to send troops through there. And well, they managed to take out these territories. But a British landing takes place in this area. Hard to say if they'll fail or succeed as they push up. They are demoralizing the forces because, well, there's not much to defend down here because, well, there's not many troops. With this being the biggest humiliation of the war. As well, these forces come in from many fronts. And they're starting to rave havoc in the south. They're trying to figure out how to negotiate successfully at this point. If they can just get what they want, they will be done in this war. Britain is trying to build up some negotiating power. But, well, they started having some problems. South Africa moves troops there, and Britain thinks they'll have a big pushback. But this is what it looks like. And while South Africa starts an offensive against this area. And while with their offensive, they basically kick the British out. And while next their goal goes to, like, weaken the other area mostly. As well, they decide it might be a bit hard. So they manage to move in on this side and over here. But, like, at this point, Britain's managing to hold on. So they decide to launch an invasion into the northern part of the country. Well, not northern part, but technically this is a part of... Based on where we are, it's technically northern. With, well, Britain shocked at the slight loss. They know someone's supporting South Africa, but they can't figure out who. And, well, they didn't manage to get forces to this colony and enough to, like, win. Because, well, no one wants to allow this. Germany doesn't, and, well, Portugal wants to try and keep its colonies. And, well, this colony surrenders, and, well, now South Africa offers peace to Britain and allies. Let's see how it goes. The colony... But that colony easily gains its independence quickly because, well, it's landlocked. No, actually, it was gave independence, and we can call it... I guess it would be Zambia still. But don't worry, the alliance Britain created still exists. In some form. Which means there's now 3 alliances currently existing. And while some areas of France managed to succeed... Well, Germany is now trying to expand its alliance, so they offer South Africa in, but South Africa doesn't accept. They offer Spain, and Spain does decide to accept. Portugal isn't decided if they want to join yet or not. And well, I forgot the Suez Canal needed to be changed from the color. And well, this has shown weakness in the British Empire as they're starting to lose more areas. But in France, a group of, they call it the Separatist Army, the Separatist movement, where like separatists in these areas outpower. But France severely weakened and not as like well supported in this area. They started having problems holding these back, as some start to take away from their territory quite a bit. And well, these ones do really well. And over here, they do pretty well. And well, basically, they do it like this. And well, their goal is to get as much free as they can. Just because they're red doesn't mean they're communist. And now let's see the rebellion. And well, it's not the most successful. This is where it starts to stop advancing. So let's see how the peace treaty goes. Being greatly reduced to just Algeria and parts of Namibia. And well, there's only actually 3 countries here. There as well, of course, France, which is the most northern area. This is the Republic of France. There's the West African Union, Central West African Union, and, well, Niger. And, well, Commune of France is there, and regular France is there. With France having lost all of its colonies, including Indochina from the last episode, Thailand decides enough has been enough, and they decide it's time to bring back their old lands as irredentism starts spreading. With their extreme ideas into this region to turn them into people like them, to get rid of their identity, basically, and turn it into them. And with Thailand starting to move in, or Siam, because it was still called Siam at this point. Vietnam is struggling in this fight. Not Vietnam, Indochina. I guess they're not as good at fighting weaker powers as they are at stronger powers. And well, Indochina then eventually does surrender. Has to bow. Let's see how the peace treaty. And the war in the last episode where they finished off their civil war. And well, no, 2 episodes ago. And well, Indochina is now weakened by an irredentist Thailand. So let's see how this series goes. Now that's all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but until you subscribe. Bye, guys!